Mic. Okay, it's working. Start. Okay. Is anybody here? Oh, it's working. Okay. Oh, I see 4 people. Well, I'm hearing myself. How do I stop that? Maybe this one. Okay. Fantastic. Okay. Now I'm here, and I hope that this is working. Wait, hold on. Technical difficulty. I'm not used to it. I hope this will be HD though, but anyways, I'm just gonna get started because, yeah, working for communists, I think. Because I'm gonna explain. Wait, okay. So Breitbart has been like writing crazy articles, like a negative campaign against Japan. Hi, it's really late. What? Can you see? It's really late, and I have to wake up early tomorrow. But I'll survive. So, what I wanted to show you is some articles. So what happened was in Okinawa, this American guy who is a former Marine murdered this 20-year-old Japanese girl who was out for walk, like exercise walking, right? And so he was looking for somebody to rape, and he was looking for a few hours, and he found her, and basically he smothered her and then hit her with a stick or something like that, and then raped her and dumped her body. So it's really awful case. But the liberals here took it up and made it about the what you call like a anti U.S. military movements. Like the communists and liberals here want the U.S. military base to leave, right? And so I want you to see this. So because all these communists and liberals agitated the people here in Japan, it became a huge movement. Like, you know, the entire Japan was really angry at the case, but most of the people were angry at the criminal and not the US military, of course. But these people escalated that, and Prime Minister Abe had 2 options. You know, Obama came and he could either do not mention anything about this case, or he he had another choice, which is to criticize harshly, which he did. And because he criticized so much, the conservatives in America got really angry, and Breitbart is doing what? Okay, hold on a minute. Let me. Built-in microphone. No, this is. Hold on a minute. Change audio. This is a microphone, so it should be working. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a nerd. I'm so good at this. Okay, thank you. Yes, thank you. Glad that you guys are there. So, anyways, so you see the Breitbart website here, War Crimes of Imperial Japan, a lesson in moral equivalence for Mr. Obama, blah, blah, blah. So basically they listed all this, what I call propaganda. And you see all this atrocious Japanese, or they're so evil, blah, 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 right? But let's look at this picture here. This is a famous one, right? But this picture actually has before and after. Let me show you. Okay. This is a picture, right? And there's a scene before that. You see the baby and somebody? Well, this boy is dead, I think. But this is actually when the it is done by the Japanese Navy, but it's not. This is supposed to be in Nankin, like in the Nankin massacre thing, but it's actually in Shanghai. And after that, somebody picks up the baby and stuff, and like it's people are saying that this is staged and stuff, and actually, oh man, there's a good English website, but it's linked in the description, so you can check them out. But basically, this is in Shanghai and not Nankin, but people say that Nankin massacre happened and things like that. So yeah. But anyway, so okay, let me get back here. So what's been happening is that Breitbart has started to, run all this negative campaign against Japan, even though what they're saying is not really like academic, like, all right, like they can post pictures and stuff, and they say, oh, like this happened in here and there, but they're all made by communists actually. Another article they wrote is this one. See, Chinese Korean victims on Obama in Hiroshima, Japan is not the victim. Basically, this is saying that Japan deserved it, or I mean, my friend was telling me that this doesn't take sides. but and just explaining, what all these people are saying and stuff. But South Korean people says, like, the activists say the same thing all the time. Like, Japan was atrocious and we started the war, or like we were the bad guys, and the Korean people are the victim and that kind of stuff. But I opposed to that, and it's just so interesting that South Korean activists and Chinese people are now on the side. Like they are insisting the same thing as Breitbart, basically, because of all these things that have been happening. But okay, so anyway, so that's why I'm started to think like Breitbart is like being trapped by communists. Yeah, they are mostly good, I agree, but yeah. Oh, there was some Ben Shapiro. Yeah. But anyway, so Prime Minister Abe had to stop these agitation by the liberals, who were accusing the American criminal here and stuff. But he, I think, used like a little too harsh expressions, and that's why people got offended. Like, people in America are like getting the wrong impression. Like, I can't. It's late at night. I can't explain it well. But what I want Breitbart to think about is to stop the liberals and communists who are, agitating the people here to bash American military. That's what we need to do, because these people are intentionally doing something. And also there are, oh, do I have that picture here? I think so. So somebody was actually asking me what this picture is. Okay, so the crazy murder happened, and now the American people in Okinawa are praying for Okinawa. That's cool, but that's kind of weird in my opinion. This is my personal opinion, but I don't know. What do you guys think of this? They're showing the sign like, oh, we pray for Okinawa because of the murder that happened. But Japanese people are happy about it though. And so there are people like that too, and I'm like, people are good-hearted, even Breitbart and all these American people apologizing in Okinawa, they are good-hearted people, but we need to think, like, what does that lead to, And Japanese people can't stop the liberals and communists, and the reason why is mostly because we lost the war, So we lost the war, but who was our enemy? It was America, but what kind of America? The America led by the liberals who were deceived by communists, according to Venona papers released by NSA in 1995. They are official documents by the U.S. government. But yeah, so we fought against all this so-called Comintern, and I feel like both sides, like both Japan and America, don't realize that. So like we need to realize, like, in the picture we are looking at Japan and America only, but there's somebody else in the picture, so we need to think about communists altogether. And so the reason why the leftists, like a lot of leftists exist here in Japan is, as I said, we've lost the war, and then after the war also, because American government and all the important organizations were occupied, I mean not occupied, taken over by Soviet spies, they destroyed us so good. Like they fired like 200,000 officials, like school teachers or professors or people that worked for city halls or whatever like that. All of like patriotic people were fired. And then our textbook had to be inked out because they wanted to deprive our pride, and they also changed the family system, and they also changed our emperor system, and prohibited our religion, and media censorship was going on where we can't talk bad about Soviet, America, China, and South Korea, and things like that. And yeah, that's how our leftists were born. So, but the leftists right now, what are they doing? They are trying to divide Japan and the US, right? They use, and how do they do that? They use the historical disputes. And by that, they make us look bad and bring down our reputation, right? And they bring down our trust that American people have. And why do they do that? Because it has worked before, like before the World War II. And so usually it's communists that do all those like negative campaign against Japan. But right now, who are doing the negative campaigns? Breitbart. Breitbart, in my opinion anyway. Like they don't realize what they're doing, I think. Like, it's like they're just spreading all this fabricated stuff, like propaganda for China, unconsciously. And well, like American people, of course, have like a different perspective when it comes to history, like World War II. But what happens by this, like Obama visiting here and this former Marine killing our people and stuff, what's going to happen is, because now the conservatives in the United States are very like angry at Obama, and simultaneously somehow Japan is bashed too, right? And so liberal media or liberal or communists here in Japan will pick that up soon enough. I know that. And then they will say like, oh, the American people are calling Japan evil. We were evil. Well, let's be self-torturing. That's just the attitude that we have. Like, oh, we were so evil, and we have to, be calm and quiet and just disappear from the international society or something like that. That's just how liberal mind works. And so, and by liberals doing that, so liberal talking about American conservatives being angry, then the Japanese conservatives will be angry to hear that. All these things listed by Breitbart are, like, for us Japanese, they are all fabricated, like distorted history. So then the Japanese conservatives will be like, oh, these are all lies. American people need to study, or blah, blah, blah. And we hate you, or blah, blah, blah. And all this like chaos will be born. And then soon enough after that, people like from, both Japan and America, people will hate each other or something because we don't agree with each other, of course. And then it will eventually divide us, and communists will be smiling. And that's the same picture as the World War II. And what's gonna happen soon, realistically, I think, beside that, is that Obama is now, he will quit soon, right? So he is probably going to China, right? Like there will be G20, I hear. So all the people, the leaders will get together in China. And right now, everyone is calling that Japan was bad and stuff. And that will make us, like, we will need to apologize. So what will our conservative leader, Prime Minister Abe, do there? Like, we're in a vicious circle. And Obama is way smarter than we think. Like, so we can't just react to things, just because Prime Minister Abe criticized Obama, or just because we're angry at the criminal in Okinawa. We can't, like, of course, it's natural to have emotions, but we just have to be smart and accuse the right people. And I'm just complaining because, like, I'm one of the few people in Japan that is conservative and speaks English, right? Like, the people here that understand English are mostly liberal, which I was before, actually, like until like 4 years ago or so. And yeah, it's just, I'm like, so I just want Breitbart to realize that they are helping communists and they're trapped by communists. And my question is that, you are you're criticizing the current communist Obama, right? But you're defending the liberals who were deceived by communists. Like, you are defending them, so it doesn't make sense to me. So I'm like, we can't dig up the past. Like, of course, it's natural of American people to react this way, but like, we just need to remind ourselves that we have treaties and we have alliance and we have been peaceful with each other and stuff. And Obama he's just trying to, break that because he's a commie. Just reading your comments a little bit here. Honest question, do the Japanese feel that they were the victim of the bomb or not? Good question. Because we were taught in school like we deserved it. It's our history is written by the winners. So that's what I was taught in school, and that's what the majority of the people here believe. But now the conservative people are saying, like, because we have the internet now, we are realizing that there are more stories to that. So even though it is very, very awful, like what happened, I'm not gonna just explain things in one word, because like back in the day, all those countries, like including Japan, was developing the technology to create that bomb and stuff. Just that America has been the only country to drop on human beings, as far as I know. So yeah, I don't know. It's difficult. It's a good question. Okay, what was I gonna say? So what I want to say to Breitbart is that like this, I don't know if this like natural reactions help this situation, like in America, I know that you guys have used the slogan "Remember" many times, like remember Alamo, remember Maine, remember Lusitania, and then remember Pearl Harbor, remember 9/11, and like I'm like, are things as simple as saying like, oh, they started it, because my perspective is that war is just a diplomatic mean. We have diplomacy, and when things don't work out anymore, then war happens. That's what I think. So I'm like, all right, it's natural. Conservative people get angry, and then I'm like, are there people that wonder why Pearl Harbor happened? Or why Franklin Roosevelt wanted to fight against Japan? Was it really like only because of Pearl Harbor? Because why did he cut all the resources of us? And all these questions are not questioned, I feel. So again, we are ignoring communists a little too much, and that attitude will not make us any smarter in the future. Like, we are making the same mistakes again. At least we have the internet and now we can connect, and that's good. But yeah, but so I often wonder, was Japan really the enemy of the United States? I've been talking like this, but I'm not accusing your nation only, just so you know. But I'm just, food for thoughts. Was Japan really the enemy of America? Or because I ask this question because the United States, after the war, fought against communism, right? And then while the process, you guys armed the Middle Eastern people, if my recognition is correct. And on the other hand, this is not only because of America, but we all created the communist China, who are communists. So I'm like, it's difficult to think about. But my point is that, politics is something that you can't just think simply. There are stages, a lot of stages, built up one after another, and you can't just react to things, and you need to analyze the intention of all the politicians, like Obama. He has this attitude of apologetics side and stuff, but as you guys know, he's intentionally doing that. And not only because the intention isn't only to make you guys look small or weak. He's trying to make chaos in this world. He wants to break the order that we have, and he wants to break all the treaties that we have in between, so that everything will be chaotic, and then something will happen. That's what I think. And so what I would like to tell Breitbart is that we have more enemies in common than communists. I don't really want to call them enemies because it's not a simple thing. But so 9/11 happened, right? When that happened, I was in high school. Oh, I might be a little older than you thought. But so I was 15 years old at the time, and I was the first year, that was a first year in high school. And after 9/11 happened, what? Jews, really? I don't know. I haven't studied that far, so you guys have to teach me. But so after the terrorism anyway, so all the students were gathered in one place, and we listened to the principal talking, and we were notified that somebody that graduated from our high school was killed in the terrorism because he was a banker. He was an elite working in New York. And after that, a lot of Japanese people, a lot of us have been captured by the radicals in Middle East, and they've been killed. And right now, as of right now, I think somebody is captured. And also, because we are the great ally of the United States, we are one of the countries that are listed as the crusade. Yeah, even though we have nothing to do religiously. But yeah, and even though we are very far away from all those radicals, there are many sympathizers, and also it's easy to, come here now. So what I'm saying is that the threat that we have is the same as the United States. So my point is, why Breitbart cause all these arguments Like, why do you want us to feel angry at you? You know what I mean? So some of you are really like, I don't know, very feisty. I like that though, but yeah. Anyways, so Japan has been a democratic nation, even though you might not realize it. Like I know that a lot of American people think like, oh, we nuked Japan to end the war, and then disarmed Japan. So now Japan and also changed the social system. So now Japan is peaceful and that people are nice and things like that. That's what I hear all the time. Like, except for like really educated people. And I'm like, well, there is this constitution, like 17 articles of constitution, which was published, or is it published? I don't know the word. Like, anyways, it came out in the year of 604, like almost 1500 years ago. And it says that we need to have discussions, basically democracy. Like, we need to talk it out, and everyone needs to, realize that we agree on something or something like that. I'm gonna sneeze. I'm trying not to. Or so we were peaceful people, and even like Meiji Emperor said something similar, like we need to all talk with each other and things like that, like be peaceful and stuff. But some people are saying like around Meiji period, or maybe after, like we started to be kind of atrocious or whatever, or very dangerous or something like that. I like what I want to think about is that the Japanese in the United States during the war, there were a lot of Japanese people that were U.S. citizens at that time, and some people were separated and stuff, and others they went to the war against Japan. Like, they fought against Japan as Americans, even though they were Japanese. And were they crazy? Like, kind of, in a way, maybe. But because they were very courageous and they were determined and stuff. But, people talk like, wow, like Japanese people were crazy and stuff. But no, like, Japanese people in the United States fought with you. And also, but maybe you might think like, oh, but they were in America and they were Americanized and they were different type of Japanese or something like that. But look at black people or Mexican people that are rioting in America right now. They're in America, but still they're scary. But those Japanese people back in the day, they knew what to do and stuff. So, and also Japan has low crime rate, so like it's been the same, before the war, still like things were just fine. But the misunderstandings often come from academics, like this one. Have you guys read this? By Ruth Benedict, the Chrysanthemum and the Sword, Patterns of Japanese Culture. But this is full of crap. This is so thick and it doesn't teach you anything correct. It's crazy. Like, this person is talented in a way, I would say. But yeah, she was one of the most eminent of anthropologists of the 20th century, it says. So I don't think when she wrote this, she wasn't even in Japan, or she had never come to Japan, and she just gathered all the novels and everything that she could find at that time, so very limited source. And then also she read a lot of very biased or poor information research papers and thought of Japan as, oh, Japan probably is this way because this way, like, this is not real. right? But this was used for the former organization of CIA and FBI in America, like during the war. Like even MacArthur, but Douglas MacArthur, I believe, read this or something like that. Like this, even though this is full of crap, this doesn't teach you anything about Japan correctly. Things were based on books like this. So it's part of our fault because we don't speak English well, and there are not many, many sources. But oh, what's the book? It's this one. I think I put the link in the description if you can see. But yeah, CIA didn't exist, so I'm talking about the previous version. You know, I forgot why it's called like, but there was like 2 or 3 organizations back then. Yep. And some people say like, oh, the Japanese leaders were crazy though, or something like that. But people often misunderstand what emperor is. Our emperor right now is the 125th emperor. Japan actually is 2,676 years old. Did you guys know that? I was astonished when I learned that. It's based on our national document from 1,300 years ago called Kojiki. Yeah, I think so. So old. But like emperors have been doing the same thing. Like they are different from kings for sure, and it's been the same blood all along. And also recently, our emperor planted rice because it's all the like rituals, you know. And they wish for the happiness of the citizens. And when the citizens are having a hard time, then they don't eat a lot or they don't wear good stuff. They sacrifice themselves. So it's very different from king, and I can't explain it well. And I bet that you guys have no idea what I'm trying to say because it doesn't exist in Western culture or anywhere. So yeah. And also, but emperor was, some people do have understanding for emperor, but then they were gonna say like, oh, but the Japanese military leaders were bad or politicians were bad. Let me tell you, the battleship Yamato, the leader, the last leader, like someone in charge of that battleship was named Seiji Ito, and so he fought against America, right? So like there was a battle and Yamato sank down and stuff. But guess who the leader of his opponent was? His friend, his American friend, because Ito-san, right? The Mr. Ito was dispatched in many different places like in the world, and he was in America for a while. And while he stayed in America, he got to know American people and they became friends. And his last battle, which killed him, he had to fight against one of the friends, like good friends of him. How tragic is that? Like, but yeah, that is a true story. And yeah, even friends fought against each other, and even the Japanese people in the United States fought against Japan. And like, just because there are victims doesn't mean like, you know, somebody is just bad. You know, what we had was war, and it's like a long process of things. And I don't know, they started it kind of argument is not gonna get us anywhere, I think. And I'm just worried, you know, about Breitbart. Like they're talking all this crap that communists like. And I don't know, I can't explain well, but I just hope that we can, look at the political side. Like there are people that are using the historical disputes to create this political movement that they want, and we are perfectly trapped right now. Like America and Japan have to unite, be good friends, but I'm trying to think how, because the conservatives here will be angry soon, I think. Right now, it's interesting though. So 97 or 8% of Japanese people are happy about Obama's visit. And that is because that contains a lot of liberals and communists and those who don't understand politics. But all these conservatives in the United States are angry and it's all chaotic, Hi, nice flags. Yeah, anyways, sorry, this live stream is very I don't know. I do have my notes here right in front of me, but I guess I'm gonna blame the time that it's 4 in the morning and then my brain is not working. But did I show everything? Oh, if you want to know the history of Japan and South Korea, I highly recommend this book. But it might be difficult to get it from America. But this is not sold in American Amazon, but it's sold in Japanese Amazon. I don't know how the system works, but getting over it. Why Korea needs to stop bashing Japan. And this is written by Songfa Oh. And she is a professor here, but she is from South Korea. And she had to be naturalized here because South Korea is a dangerous place if you want to talk about the historical truth. A lot of professors and stuff, they get captured or they get, their human rights deprived. And even our newspaper branch person was captured for months. It was a huge thing, but yeah, this talks about why South Korea is the way they are, especially activists, and what kind of problem the country has, and why South Korea is not in a good relationship with Japan. This will tell you everything. So recommend that. It's interesting. I'm using this Wirecast play. It's my first time, but it works. But I wish the quality was better though. Is it gonna get better? Because I thought that this was gonna be HD and I was excited, but I see myself in a 360 or something. Ohayou gozaimasu. Why doesn't Japan not war with North Korea? Actually, over 800 Japanese people are kidnapped by North Korea and they are still there. Can you believe it? The people that were confirmed by the government are only 17, but there are 800 people that are missing from Japan, and we can't get rid of the possibility that they kidnapped them. And also there's a religion who still all these Japanese ladies, this certain religion makes the Japanese women marry North Korean people, and basically those women were deceived and they went to North Korea and they can never come back. All these crazy things have been happening with North Korea. basically we're in war, I feel, but like the government hasn't been able to do anything about it, so they kind of want to hide it, you know. But actually this weekend we have a massive protest in Fukuoka, which my city, but entire Kyushu people will get together, but it'll be only probably like 500 people. It's an annual thing, but we will protest against North Korea because like you know, give us back our people, because it's been a long time. Like they were kidnapped during like 70 or 80s or so, like before I was born. So that's been a long time. So the parents of the victims are now in like 80s or 70 or something like that, and some like a lot of the families are passing away. So we need to hurry, but we don't even have the military. We can't even threaten them. The only way to threaten them is to cut all the exports, I guess, but I don't know. And actually, there are like South Korean people kidnapped by them as well, and there are Western people kidnapped by them as well. But the issue is somehow not really talked about in the international society. So it's interesting. Yeah. You guys are talking about anime. That's interesting. Mm, mm, okay, I'm reading. What do you think of Breitbart though? Like I do like the media, you know, like when I want to know how like patriots, I'm forgetting vocab, patriotic people in the United States think. Like when I want to know that, I go to Breitbart or Infowars or something like that. Yeah. Yeah. So people like Breitbart, so it's so just sad that they're talking bad about Japan. I hope that this won't be a big problem, you know. I will have to stop the Japanese people from being angry. But then if I do that, the people will say like, "Oh, you're working for America. You have sold your spirits to America," or something like that, and treat me like a traitor. And that's like, it's so difficult, like, to know the balance. Yeah, Alex Jones. Alex Jones is so like, he's I like him, but like he sometimes gets really, really crazy. Like I was one time watching his video and he was like screaming, screaming like rah rah. Like I wanted to put some metal music to it, you know. He's a great screamer, and I'm like, how do you maintain that power? A wild man. Yeah, he is a wild man. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I didn't show you guys this. My friend gave me this. Yay! This I need a. Do I put it on like a camo clothes or something? It's kind of. I can't explain it. I don't know how to call that in English, but yeah. Make America great again. So I think I said what I needed to say, even though I don't think that it was well organized, and I apologize. At least I tried. I have to wake up early tomorrow and go to the city and film this election thing. I've been talking about Trump senpai all the time, but we actually have our own election in July, like a national one. And my friend is a candidate, so I'm helping him. And in addition to that, I'm helping like 2 other politicians, like current politicians. And so I'm busy. What does it mean to make America great again? Well, fight against communists. And just bring back everything in America. And like prioritize America first, so that the economy will grow, and like America becoming stronger will just give an order, like a good order to the world, you know. And Japan relies on America a lot, and we want America to be great, or else we fall together, really. Like in February, I remember like the economy of the United States was falling, and so our like export, you know, like, well, Trump senpai is not actually accurate sometimes. But so we export things, and the workers there are American people, but still, like, so we export things and people build things and sell that there and things like that, but the benefit comes into Japan. But because of the economy there, our economy went down together, and the politicians here were saying like, oh, like this global economy will affect us. So we want it's cool, you know, like we want other countries to be great too. So Breitbart is fine. I think you misunderstand their intention, Yoko. I do understand their intention. They just want American people to be proud, and they don't want Obama to continue this apology tour and things like that. But apology tour itself isn't really his intention, you know. He wants to divide the US and Japan. That's his intention. Have you heard of from Trump senpai? No, I haven't heard from him. But well, it's the election for American people, so I understand. And what was I gonna say? I just care about the inauguration because it's gonna happen. So. Somebody spelled bonsai as bonsai. What? Do you mean bonsai, or do you really mean bonsai, like a little plant? I don't know. Yeah, Obama's apology tour. South Korean president, the current one, had like a different kind of tour. She would talk bad about Japan, like anywhere she visits. She talks bad about Japan. It was, we have a name for that, but yeah, it's interesting. Bonsai! That's so funny! Bonsai! Well, I don't know. Does that mean bonsai like the plants? Really? Like just like puns? Interesting. Like not American people, like Western people, or just overseas people in general, brand Japanese culture in such a good way, and it's so interesting. I don't have that kind of ideas. Like, you know, we have so-called cool Japan, where the government is trying to brand our culture like sushi or just Japanese foods, or I don't know, kimono, whatever, or anime. Like they try to do the branding of our culture, and they fail really, really good. So yeah, Trump banzai. Yeah. Oh, South Korean leader, like after the war, was actually somebody that was in Japan. Like, I mean, of course, but like he graduated from the college here or something like that. Like he went to the military school and he was very, very smart and stuff. And yeah, I have mixed feelings though. Yeah, now I feel like I don't know. Did I show everything I had to show you? I wonder. Let me check. I forgot to show you guys this. Did I show you the true Nankin picture? I don't think so. Let me show you this. So these are the picture of the real Nankin place, you know, where the massacre was supposed to have happened. But you see these Japanese and Chinese people being happy together. See, this is North China Daily News. It's like a British kind of newspaper, it says, and it's the date is from here, and Japanese blah 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 in Nankin, and you see they're talking happily with each other. Yeah, all this kind of things, and taking care of the Chinese patients, and the Chinese guy picking up the baby for the picture. Yeah, taking care of the Chinese kid again, like hospitalish stuff, and they're just playing together, you know. And I am so sad, like we are misunderstood. But yeah, I think I show everything. Yeah, did I show you this lady, the woman of seals? Yep. Everything you guys say is now Jews. I need to study that. Some people don't want me to talk about it because they think that I will be in danger. But actually, it's difficult. Like my friend is like an expert on Israel. I can't pronounce, and a lot of the conservatives in Japan are pro-Jews, and even like back in the day, like during the World War II, even though we had a treaty with Germany, we we were helping or saving the Jews from Germany and stuff. Multiple of them, like including Hideki Tojo. So Israel. It's a trap. Okay, well, I will study that. Interesting. Anyways, I think I have covered what I wanted to talk about. Anything to talk about? I think I should get ready for bed because what time do I have to wake up? 7 or so? It's 4:30 right now. Trump is up at 4 a.m. Really? Yeah. Issue. What do you think about Russia and Putin? We actually like him, a lot of us, like the conservative people. I do like him, but not completely because he has his own intention. Like he has to work for his national interests, and that's gonna conflict with ours. But he's been the best he can be toward, like, against us, I think. Like, Prime Minister Abe and Putin are really, like, they are really, really good friends. So, yeah. Thank you guys for all your go to bed comments, because as I said before, I am not good at saying like goodbyes, because I'm Japanese. It's just what happens. Japanese people endlessly talk like, oh, we'll see each other. Oh, by the way, blah blah blah. Like, we can never separate, because we're loving people. Okay. Thank you so much for hanging out with this stupid talk. Now I feel kind of bad for Breitbart for titling, like this. But I do, like, as a Japanese, I have to say what I have to say. So, even though this sounds like all like sleep talk or something, at least you guys came and hung out. Yeah, thank you. Now I have to figure out how to stop this streaming. Probably click here, but I will try. Thank you guys. Yep, we will do this again. The reason why I wanted to live stream is because, of course, this interacting is fun too, but also I'm like, I don't have time to edit. It's so awful. But again, I'm doing the Japanese thing where I talk forever. So I'll talk to you later, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. We will do this in, what time is it? It's 4:40 in the morning. Yep, and I won't be sleeping. Bah. Okay. Thank you. Bye. And I hope that this will quit this button. Okay, bye.